que é que estão a ver?
Vídeos do Ricardo. Eu já me subscrevi no canal. Eu também.
Olá YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. And yes, I just got younger. Nah, well, I turned 39 the other day, but that doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter that I just came back from America, because I will speak about that in the end of the video. Today, we're gonna be talking about these. Boom. Oh man, I can't fit them. This is the review of the new Remz Hr 2.5. Enjoy this one. Poof.
In case you didn't know. Yeah, I'm riding through the city with the top down, with the type of energy that you can't knock down.
Okay, so this is not the first time that I skate Remz. This is my second video about the Remz skate, and on the first video where I made the first impressions of the Remedies Hr 2.5, I said that I used to skate for this company. I did skate for this company. I still have a good relationship with the owner of the company. His name is Kato. He's a French guy living in America. But that doesn't mean that I will only say good things about this skate. Well, I will say good things where there's good things to be said, and I will say bad things where there's bad things to be said. Ah, by the way, here, you see this? Seen a sponsor? Seen a sponsor means without a sponsor, and that's exactly what this means. This video was not sponsored by Remz, but this shirt was given to me by a crew from South America. They gave me these at the Blading Cup. Seen a sponsor, so you can find these guys on Instagram, so make sure to check them out. Now let's talk about this. So this is how the skate comes stock. Just like that. The boot is similar to the previous Hr 2.0. Even the colors are not very far from what they used to be. Like on the previous version, they had like a gray plastic here on the outside, but other than that, everything else was black. So not very far from these. But according to Remedies, the main difference is the liner and the leather used. So this skate is HR, meaning high resilience, and I can actually say that this material on the top is pretty strong, so I believe there's quite a lot of resilience here, so nice name. Now, this skate also comes with a ground control frame. It's the ground control Featherlight 3 and stock with 64mm wheels. I still don't know what bearings. I still think it's an ABAC 5. ABAC 7, I don't really know, but they didn't compromise. Anti-rockers, the anti-rockers are non-bearings ones, meaning that they don't really spin, but at the same time, they also don't make noise. Some skates a few years ago, especially with these ground control wheels, that they used to make a lot of noise. These ones, well, this is not really the case. It doesn't really happen. So I didn't hear that much noise, especially coming from that. And now that we're talking about noise, maybe that's gonna be the first thing that I'm gonna speak about these skates. When you skate this skate, one of the things that you're gonna feel is that it's not a noisy skate. I was actually speaking about that the other day. With who was I speaking? Yeah. Yes, I was on the Jump Street podcast, which I'm really, really proud of. And at the Jump Street podcast, I was actually saying that the G boots, which is the skate that I used to skate a lot, I still got them there. It's a USD7 with a leather skin on top, and that makes the skate really like poof, like it's quiet. It's not one of those noisy skates, and that happens with this skate right here. So this leather make this skate sound like poof. When you land, it doesn't go all sound like clacky or anything like that. That's really cool. So having non-spinning anti-rockers Well, I'm not gonna say it's the best, especially for some people. I know that some people prefer to have the bearings ones, but in between skating like this or skating freestyle, which is without any wheels in the middle, well, at least these ones will make your frame last longer, that's for sure. And at the same time, it will make the groove stay neat. So for that reason, got a thumbs up. Now, let's keep it going and let's go to the wheels. At first, I struggled a little bit with the wheels and I thought they were super slippery, and it wasn't. It was me. Basically, I was skating this skate park in San Diego. I was skating with the guys from the Adapt team, the pro skaters. Like, when you skate next to pro skaters, it always feels like your skates are slipping out everywhere, but that doesn't matter. So I was just skating and the skate park was completely, I think they washed it or something like that a couple days before, so it was really slippery, and it was not just to me. At first I wasn't feeling good about it, so when I skated them again was at that Brandon Negrete event after the Blading Cup, and then they actually felt really good. The wheels didn't really compromise speed wise. The profile of the wheel is kind of round. It does work really good as an anti-rocker wheel. So if they would be really flat, it would be harder to turn, at least in my opinion. And having this type of round wheel make it a little bit easier to turn. Then speed-wise, yes, it's an anti-rocker setup. So if I would be skating flat, it would be a lot faster. But they come like this, so I tried to skate them as much as I could like this. Now, I have to say that when it comes to the frame, I felt that this frame, the frame that comes on my skate, which is a size European 43, I think it's a US 10, it felt like it was a little bit too short for my setup. So I ended up going to another one that I had here. It's the exact same frame, and that was the setup that I skated the most. So I'll show you from the top. So you can see here that it's a little bit longer. It's actually longer enough for when you look at the skates from the top, like this, you don't see the wheel. But on the setup that I've been skating lately, when you look at the skate from the top, you can actually see the wheel, and that makes a huge difference. For me, it's very important that when I skate, I see the wheel. Now, yes, I did change the wheels because I changed the frame, so I ended up putting some of my favorite wheels. The profile of the wheel is quite similar. It's the famous wheel. These ones are 64s. They're a lot faster, but it's a completely different wheel, and this is a very unique wheel, at least for now. I know there's more brands making aluminum hub wheels, but for now this is the only aluminum hub wheel. And if I'm going to be skating a slower setup like an anti-rocker, I want to have the fastest wheels that I can get, and this was, in my opinion, that setup. Now see, this is quite old. The frame is not new, but the wheels still don't spin. They still don't make weird noises. That's important. The frame, you already know this frame. What can I say about this frame and this boot? Something that it's very cool about this frame is for all groove tricks, all backslide, all torques, because it's so low here, it makes it so easy to do most of those tricks, especially with this boot because it's quite wide here on the backslide area. So for that reason, this frame fits really good in this boot. But something that I always feel about this frame is that I feel like the side walls are a little bit wide, and because they are wide, makes it harder for me to do some negative tricks. On the sole tricks, I don't feel that much of a difference. Probably because I bend my foot easier on the sole side, something like that. But when I need to bend it to the negative side, well, when I need to bend it to the negative side, I feel like it's a little bit harder with this frame. Again, maybe because it's a little bit too high here. So when you look from the top, you can see that the walls are, it's not extremely thick. They are not extremely thick. It's maybe just me, I don't know. And performance-wise, let me tell you something. If you look here and here, you see something which is very cool. You see that the sole plates go a little bit like that. They're not completely flat. Let's see if you can see it from the top. So that's actually very cool, and I felt a huge difference, especially on sole tricks. For sole tricks, it's easy. Even on ledges, it feels like you can do sole tricks forever. For topside tricks, it also makes it a little bit easier. Why? Because even if you're not completely bent, this is already catching right away. It catches the ledge earlier, making it even easier.
In case you didn't know. Yeah, I'm riding through the city with the top.
But again, on the negative tricks, it didn't felt that good. On the negative tricks, what was happening to me is because the surface is like that, I somehow, when I landed it, it would make my foot go like this and then it would slide out. But again, that might be me, and that felt like that mainly on low obstacles. But I will go back to negatives in a second. Something that you should also know, of course, is the Soleplates, the Backlight Plate. They're fully interchangeable. So if you want, you can just take this whole thing that goes around, like here, here. It's like a full plate that goes around the skate in between the real boot and the frame. It's called a Soleplate, all this part around, and you can just change it, and they have multiple colors. You can find this in a couple of different colors. Also, this backslide plate here, this little piece here, that when you do backslide tricks is the part that touches. You can also get it in different colors. Something that I love about this backslide plate, it's the alignment. It's just so good. It's just so easy to do, like any royale trick, even torque tricks. I didn't do a lot of torque tricks. I don't know why. I think I might have forgotten. But the day that I skated in San Diego, I tried to make a game with Sam Croft, the pro from Adapt, and he was way better than me.
The type of energy that you can't knock down. It's that time of the year we will not frown. Telling all my enemies that they should calm down.
Gladly, we didn't got like very good footage, so I can't make a video, so you won't see Sam completely annihilating me. Like, he completely killed me. Like, it's not even fun to watch. That day I actually tried a couple of torques, at least some backside torques, frontside torques. I didn't got anything good, but I could feel that it's completely doable, especially when you skate like anti-rocker. Just makes it a lot easier to do torques. Even the guys from Mushroom Blading always say now that this is the step-up torque setup. When you skate anti-rocker, it's just way too easy to torque. It's true, but on this skate, it's extremely easy. It's a lot easier to do torques and royale tricks, mainly due to this backslide plate too. The alignment is perfect, especially with this frame. Now, what else do we have here? We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the leather. So I'm gonna, if you didn't realize yet, I'm going from the bottom all the way up. The leather on these skates, it's cool, man. I just said in the beginning that it feels like it's strong enough. I had a few falls, especially in cement, because I've been skating mainly cement parks, and no problem at all. There's like a few scratches, which is perfectly normal if you skate cement, ledges or whatever, but not really any major scratches. I know that some other leathers on some other skates on the market, as an example, the old USD Robert Levanos, the USD Greik and Robert Levanos, or those first skates that came out with a leather, they used to have a couple of problems. Nowadays, most of the skates have really good leather, and this is just another one. But on this one, it's extremely important to have a really good leather, because the leather is outside the cuff. And this leather is also one of the main reasons why the skate can be more or less stable. Meaning that if you lace them completely, like really, really tight, you will feel a little bit more stable than if you leave them loose. Again, because it's the outside structure of the skate made out of this leather, so it gives you the stability that you might need or not. Now, something that is really, really important about this skate is we cannot forget that this is not a normal skate. This is not the regular odd boots aggressive skate that you're used to, or not the carbon skate like the Sebas or the carbon USDs. it's a completely different skate. This skate has two cuffs, and even with the two cuffs, it's a skate that will allow you to do a lot of movement, especially into the top side. Like you can bend your foot to the outside a lot. With the pros and cons. So Remz created a concept for their skates that they call it freedom of feet. And it's something that they've been super true to since the beginning. Since the beginning, they've been trying to make skates that people can, they say it's like moving your feet, like if they are the continuation of your body, which makes total sense. That's what we want to do with our feet. I know that some people, including myself, sometimes like to skate a lot stiffer skates, like a carbon boot or even like something a lot slimmer sometimes. But this skate, it's different. I would say it is almost the opposite of a carbon skate. Why did I say there's pros and cons? There's pros because if you want to do topside tricks, if you want to do all those backslides, all those torques, stuff that you need to bend your foot a lot, it actually helps you. It does help you a lot to have a skate that allows you to do a lot of movement. But if you want to do something more like skating a ball super fast, it's not a skate for everyone. I didn't have a problem with it, but I know that it's not a skate for everyone, especially because it's a little bit wide, and being wide means that it's easy. Remember the thing that I said that the Soleplate would make it very easy to do top sides? Well, it makes it easy to do top sides, but it also makes it easy that it touches, and when it slides out, then you might fall. Other than that, it's also a skate that sometimes it doesn't give you the best position. So sometimes instead of keeping your feet straight, you end up putting your foot like this, and it goes more and more with time. It felt to me like when I first got them, my feet were completely straight, and then it kind of feels like they adapt to your body. So if you're someone that bend your foot out on a normal basis, this skate will just slowly will get into that position. I would say they will adapt to you. They will actually get into the position that your body wants them to be. And then because of being leather and not like a hard shell on the outside, that allows it to happen somehow. It's a very specific skate. I do like them a lot, but again, I struggled with the negative tricks. Maybe because of the Soleplate, like I said before, but then because I start bending my foot on the outside, especially on low stuff, every time that I would try to do a negative, I would feel like my feet would just slide out somehow the other way. It could be because of that. It could also be because of these frontal round areas. So when I lean more in the front comes out in a negative. I don't really know exactly what's the reason, but I know that I struggled a bit with negatives, mainly on lower obstacles, because when I went to a little bit higher obstacles, nothing too high, I don't jump too high, I'm the no jumper. So when I go like something like above knee high or something like that, I end up tucking my negatives a little bit different, and then it felt easier. Now, the thing that I've been hearing more people talk about these skates, and that a lot of people end up complaining, it's comfort. I have to admit that these skates with me didn't felt uncomfortable, especially when I got them straight out of the box. They were feeling good. I struggled a little bit with the laces. I felt that there was way too many laces, and that was it. I was actually enjoying them a lot. But on the Brandon Negridi Memorial Day, I took this one off and I put the Intuition ones. First thing that I realized is when I took this one off, I realized there's a little Velcro here and a little Velcro on the inside, and that's one of the things that it's keeping the liner, which it could be a little bit bigger, this piece of Velcro. It feels like it's a little bit too small, and on my other skate I don't have that anymore. But it's not a major problem, at least I don't feel like it's a major problem. But again, when I did put the Intuition liner, they felt better. It's the truth. Most of the skates feel better with the Intuition liner. This one is no exception. But then I wanted to try a different liner. So I have this liner. It's still a prototype from Micro. And it's very slim. And I put it in. It's very low. And it fits perfect. So I even put the same laces that I had on the Remz, but because the laces don't come from here, it kind of felt like I had a little bit more room in front. And the liner has a little bit of silicone here, and this little bit of silicone made it feel better, even a little bit better than the Intuitions, because the Intuitions in the front were moving a little bit. So with these liners, they actually felt really good. I do know that some people have been saying that they feel a little bit of pressure here on the outside. I didn't really felt it, but that might be because the liner that I just used, it's really slim. So that's mainly it. I also know that you can cut the V cut here. You can make this part, like basically this cuff allows you to cut it and give you a little bit more mobility, especially to the front. You can actually bend your foot more like that. I didn't felt the need for that. I do know that some people take the cuff off. I think that would be extremely sloppy, extremely bendy for me. So for now, for me, this is basically the setup. I can show you actually my setup, just like this. Longer frame, famous wheels, the micro liner, and that's it. I've been enjoying it a lot. The clips that you just saw in the beginning of this video were filmed with this. And that's it. I would say the pros of this skate, it's actually how they feel. And then the cons of this skate, it's also how they feel. So my main conclusion about the Remz Hr 2.5 is it's a very specific skate for a type of skating. If you want to move your feet a lot, or if you want to be able to have more freedom of feet, this is the skate for you. Now, it might not work with every feet, but that's just like every other skate. It's impossible to have the perfect recipe for the perfect sizing skate. Yes, if it's carbon, you can mold it. If it's a plastic shell, it's a little bit harder. You can play with different liners. I feel like I found the liner that works for me with this. Frame wise, I ended up putting a little bit of a longer frame, but I know that some people with a shorter frame, they are able to maneuver easier. So that's it, up to you. It's a very good skate, and if you're looking for something that sounds solid, this is a good skate. Now, you can buy this skate at Skate or Bladeville.com. If you use code Lino, well, there's a little present for you. Just try it. Put code Lino on checkout, you might have a little bit of a present. Other than that, well, I'm not gonna finish this video, and I'm not gonna finish this video without saying thank you to every single one of you while I was in America, either in Canada, in New York, San Francisco, San Diego, Santa Ana. Every single one of you that came to me and said any type of support words, I can only say thank you to every single one of you. The other day, there was also the Jump Street podcast that came out. A lot of people gave me very good feedback. I can only say thank you. This is what I love to do. This is what I want to keep doing. And that's it. I still have a lot of footage from my stay in America, so watch out for the next videos. And that's it. If you enjoyed this one, you know what? Maybe share it. Why don't you share this video? We'll make more people see skating. This is a skate that used to be very trendy in the late 90s, early 2000s, when Kato first moved to America. A lot of people used to love this. Maybe it's gonna bring some memories to some people and it's gonna make them skate again. And now, just to finish this, yes, if you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't like it. Let me know what you didn't like about this video. And like I always say, more important than anything else, just don't forget why we all started skating. And that is because it's fun. Cheers, and see you on the next one.
Sun up, sun down. I know now you are the one. I know now, and that my love is all there is. And don't say you're sorry about it all.